welcome to Yarn Tales by the Sea. I'm Kellyanne and this is predominantly a knitting and crochet podcast. If you're a returning viewer, great to have you back again, and if you're a new viewer, welcome. Well, it's been a bit of a while since our last podcast and it wasn't intentional. We've had a lot going on here. But as you can hear, I'm a bit I've had this awful flipping cough thing that's been going around. I've had it about 3 weeks now, but nearly everybody I know has either had it or got it. It's just like a tickly cough, and it's just And also, I'm proud to say I have a job now. I work for the same company as my other half, which is it's hard to say. Well, they do a little bit of everything, but I'm predominantly a cleaner, which I'm proud to be a cleaner. Somebody has to do it. And but it's just like, it's not like normal cleaning. I do a couple of private residences, but it's mainly industrial cleaning. So yeah, I go into all these big companies and factories and do all their cleaning for them. So yeah, so it's good. But yeah, I'm not exactly working a lot at the moment because I'm more casual as needed. But it's like last night I got called in and had to go to Tunbridge Wells, which is about 27 miles away. We couldn't start work till 9, till the showroom we were cleaning emptied, and so it was about 11 o'clock by the time I got home last night. So I'm just going to go through a couple of things very quickly before I do the announcement. So I've had people ask me a couple of questions, so I'm going to get that out of the way first. And the first one was, why didn't I do Vlogmas? Well, to be honest, I think they would be really, really boring because I don't get out and about enough. But I know a lot of people do them from indoors, so maybe I will look at doing that this year. Yeah, it's this year already, isn't it? Yes, so that's that. And the other thing is, I've also had people ask me on Instagram and things, they'd like to see me knitting on the podcast and to talk about myself a bit more and my life and everything. So because they feel like, I guess they feel like they'd like to get to know me a bit more. So yes, I will do that. Probably not today because I've got a lot to go through today. But that's something that I will definitely be doing. So yeah, if you can hear the cough and it's not me, it's my partner. He's got it as well. So right, so I'm going to now make the announcement. All the details of what I'm about to announce will go in the box below. So I'll get on with it, shall I? Because I did post a little teaser. Right, so many of you are aware of Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn podcast, and she ran a mail the last year. Yes, she did, and she's carrying it. Actually, she's carrying it on this year. I forget what the other. She did one with another lady, and I was chatting to Leslie, and I said, I should really like to do more with my podcast, and make it a more community thing and get everyone involved, and so we came up with a new make-along. And this is such an inclusive make-along with prizes that anybody can join in. And, it doesn't matter what your level of crafting is, whether you're a beginner or intermediary or expert, this is going to be something for you. And like I said, there's prizes. So this is going to be joint hosted, and we've called it the Ocean Mail. Now I shall get into this. Please stick by to what I've got to say, because like I said, this is more inclusive than you might think it is. So basically, you will be I would actually say you are encouraged to double dip, which means to join in and join my Ravelry group, which I've just set up, and Leslie's Ravelry group, because that's where the draws will be taking place. So there will be 2 threads on mine and 2 threads on Leslie's. So one will be, so like I'll be given two prizes per quarter, and Leslie will be doing the same. So the 2 threads are a Ravelry gift token up to the probably $10, and the second prize thread will be gifts. It could be anything, but it will be fibre related, you know, maybe a project bags and some yarn, or, you know, whatever. So yes, so basically, so this is how it works. So it's the tagline for it is Ocean Mail 2000. I was going to say 2019 then. Yeah, Ocean Mail 2020. So basically, it is anything to do with the sea or beach, that sort of thing. But hang on before you go, ooh, because you don't want to nick something to do with the sea theme. It's not quite like that. Right, so basically, for instance, it could be you making something with the colour blue, so that would be acceptable, or even like you could make a shell blanket, but that would count even if you didn't use like ocean, sea, beachy colours, or waves, or ripple, anything to do with the sea, colour-wise, your pattern, even if you've got a yarn, for instance, that's called sea breeze, that would be included. So, you know, the world's your oyster, basically. How did you get that? Oyster, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, what's there not to like? Like I said, you can double dip, and once you've put your photograph into the thread on both our Ravelry groups, that entitles you to be entered to every prize drawing over the year. So you know, if you won't put it in just for instance February, we do a draw March, you know, that will still, that thread will continue all year, and we will be using Ravelry generators, so it's all nice and fair and everything. I will put also a Janual chit chat thread up on there. So yeah, I just think it's a really fun thing to do. I mean, it was Leslie's idea to call it like to do the sea theme, so thank you, Leslie, and we're both very excited about it, because you know, we really did want something that was inclusive for everybody. And the other thing that you can actually include, and actually you could probably even get another double dip out of it, is if you weave, you know, you like making weave scarves or tablecloths or etc. As long as it fits the format, i.e., you know, sea colours or beach colours or whatever, you know, you can enter that in. Even if you do use roving to make your own, you know, what do you call it? Spinning. So if it's a spinning colour, you know, if you're spinning something that fits into the theme, that will be included. And actually, again, you can double dip with that even more, because you could enter that. And then if you use that yarn to make something, so that's another thing. So that will give you like 2 entries on one thing. So yeah, it works really well. The only thing that you do have to do, to be eligible, obviously you have to subscribe to Leslie's podcast and my podcast, and obviously join our 2 Ravelry groups, you know, to be eligible for prizes. So, and also what I would like to do is just pick the odd pictures out that you post up and have it on the podcast, you know, because I think that's a really nice thing to do. But yeah, I'm really excited, and I really hope people will join in. You know, what you got to lose? Nothing. And at the end of the day, you could win a prize from me or from Leslie. So, you know, it's all very good. So yes, please share if you've got friends that knit and crochet or spin, weave. Please share, and the more people we can get involved, the better, because you know, we try, you know, it's been nice to bring the knitting and crochet and weaving, spinning community together, and, you know, all joining on something. So that, you know, that would be absolutely fantastic. I will put, like I said, I will put a lot of the details into the little box down below. Well, I won't, my other half will. But yeah, down in there. So please join. It'd be so exciting. There's no major rules. If you can enter stuff you've already started, if you started in 2019, providing it's not more than 50% done. So yeah, that's good. So I am so looking forward to seeing what you lovely people are gonna make. And yeah, I was just really excited, really exciting. So please join in, please. Anyway, like I said, so I'm really excited. I'm really excited. So yes, please join in. But Leslie, I mean, if you don't already follow Leslie, I mean, she's a personal friend of mine, and we do drum together. So yeah, it's gonna be great. It really is. So like I said, anything to do with like oceans, the beach, beachy life, that sort of thing. So quick run through again, any colours pertaining to that, or you can have a yarn that's got a sea colour name in. It can be waves, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in the sea colours, because waves fit in. The same with ripples. I think you know, you genuinely get the idea. So yes, it would be absolutely amazing. So please join in. So I don't think I've left anything out, but like I said, I will put a lot in the show notes. So yeah. Right. Oh, and for anybody wondering why I'm wearing a hat that's not new, a few months ago I developed alopecia for no reason whatsoever. Couldn't understand it. I mean, I haven't lost all my hair, but I've got like quite a big patch up here with nothing. But saying that, it's just started growing back. And it turns out I had a severe vitamin D deficiency. So I'm on that, so, on quite a high dose of that a day now. So hopefully it will grow back. So it just goes to show, doesn't it? That's what happens when you live in England, especially this time of year. I mean, oh, don't get me started on the weather. Oh my, I've 2 months of rain, but that's nothing, is it, compared to what's happening elsewhere in the world, like with Australia? That's just devastating. My heart absolutely goes out to the people and the wildlife. But yeah. Anyway, right. I'm just gonna have a sip of tea. So I don't do caffeine. I say tea. It's red bush, rooibos. So it's lovely. One of my favourites. I subscribe to. Sorry, they changed the name, so I have to really think about it. Bird and Blend, I think it is. So this one is red bush, but it's what is it? Rhubarb and custard flavour. I know that sounds a bit weird, because I got it because it kind of reminds me of sweets, because we used to be able to. I think you still can actually buy rhubarb and custard sweets. So, but I'll tell you, it's really nice. I like it. I'm a bit of a tea aficionado. I do like my even herbal teas, all that sort of stuff. Oh, I love it. Right. So I'm going to get. Actually, I've had a bit of a ramble, haven't I? Yeah. But I was just so excited to say, you know, what was going on and everything. So with me, but I hope you do join in. Right. Right. I had to kick it down, right, don't I? That's because I'm excited. So I'm going to go into my FOs. So there's not a massive amount for the amount of time, because I don't think I podcasted for about 6 weeks. Oh, that's another thing. I am going to make sure I podcast on the last month. Oh God, the last weekend of each month, because that's when Leslie does hers, and I want to keep us in sync with the make along. So that's really good. And if I can get another podcast in between, if I feel like I've got enough podcast content, I should do that. So right, on to makes. So first of all, I'll get the biggest one out of the way first. I finished my Scrappy Blanket. I think you can get quite a lot of that in there. So it's fairly big. I made it big enough for a lap blanket. I mean, it's more than big enough for that. It gets two of us underneath it if we want to watch the telly. So what I did with this, I made scrap balls. I can never remember what the join is. It's like you knot it that side, pull it together. It's that one, but it's fine, absolutely fine, as long as you make sure you pull it really tight so it can't come undone. So I made caked up balls of those, and I can't remember how many I used on this, but yeah, it's just a granny. But what I do, so when I come to end of a row or round, I flip it and to go around the opposite way, and that way it keeps it perfectly square, so you don't get that twisted look. So, but I'm really happy with it. It's, got lots of colours in there. I don't think it's going to pick it up too well because I've got a lot of threads with glitter in, and no, it's not going to pick it up, is it? But I'm really, really pleased with it. You can never have enough blankets. Oh, do you know, I say that on every podcast, don't I? You can never have enough blankets. But yeah, because I like putting them like on the back. I mean, this is what was my spare bedroom. Well, I say spare bedroom. My last child moved out, and so we turned it into a craft room. So yeah, so I've got this up here because this is like a pull-out bed. So if we have guests, because sometimes Colin's mum and dad come down and they spend the weekend, and things like that, or some of my kids come up for the weekend, whatever. So and I've got like a 3-seater and a 2-seater and a chair in the front room, so they've both got blankets thrown over the back, just makes it all look really nice. And then I like spare blankets on the arms in case you want to throw them over. And then I always want more blankets because I think it's nice to swap them all out. And yeah. I'm a bit weird because I've never put a blanket in a tumble dryer because I'm always a bit frightened that it's going to go a bit icky. So that's another reason I like, or I really want lots more blankets, because that way when these want washing, I should just put them away into a bag somewhere and then bung them all out on the line after, they go through the wash machine in the spring when the weather's warmer. But I don't put any of my knits or crochet makes through the tumble dryer. I know people do, but I'm just a bit worried about it. So, I don't know. So I dry my socks, all my knitted socks. I've got one of those it's like a little round hangery thing with pegs on. And so I've hung one of them in the airing cupboard. So I just put all my socks in there, and, smaller things like my handmade wipes, what do you call them? Face scrubbies, wipes, whatever, those things, yeah. So that's that. I made it's called a road trip scarf by Zooty Owl. She has a blog. If you just put road trip scarf in it comes straight up. And I think she's got a link on Ravelry. It's a free pattern. It's just my go-to one for really, really quick make. So I made this. I'm gonna get up. Is that coming up all right? Yeah. That's just don't know. I think the light's blowing that out a bit. I can't get it up there. Yep, just about get it in there. So I didn't put tassels on that one, so it's just nice scarf. Got like a little bit of blingy on there, so it just goes up round nice like that. I really like the colours. I'm really into colour therapy at the moment because I suffer with SAD. So, working on something that's really colourful, I find really helps lift my mood. And the yarn I use for this is called, it's by James C. Brett, and it's called Harmony. This is shade HY1, and it's actually 78 premium acrylic and 22% cotton. And I'll tell you, it's so soft, guys. So soft. It is lovely. I used nearly 3 balls. That's what was left over from a third ball. It's 100 grams. Although I think on hers she says about 100 grams maybe, and you know, for me that's just isn't enough. I like lots of cuddly warmthness. Cuddly warmthness. I don't know what I'm talking about, do I? Obviously. But yeah, I just put that on because yeah, because I wanted to. And I've got so many of these kind of buttons, loads of buttons, all shaped ones. So, and I finished it off with just little buttons on. I think it's blowing out a bit there, and the buttons just say "handmade with love." So yeah, all nice. So again, a row of 3 there, but I like it. It's so snuggly and warm. Because I don't know. I've been feeling the cold lately. I don't know about anybody else. Well, anybody else in the UK with the cold weather, should I say, or even actually wherever you're from, if it's cold. I don't know. I just seem to really feel it more this year. So that's that. Right. And I knitted the other half a hat. Yes, it is knitted, not crocheted, this one. He chose the yarn, not me. If I'd have chose it, I'd have got him something like purple. No, I wouldn't. No, but I would have got him something different if I'd have chose it. But he's happy with it. Sort of like, I suppose it's like camouflagey. Really quick. I think I whipped it up in a day, maybe 2 days. I don't know. It's quite a while since because I'm really funny like that. When I make stuff, I don't tend to use it until it's been podcasted. I put it up over there on a chest of drawers, and I think, you know, yeah, as soon as it's podcasted, we can use it. So the old man's been waiting and waiting for this. So now you can wear it. But yeah, I just used, I think it was a generic pattern I brought years ago from probably either Wool Warehouse or somewhere like that. You know, before I knew about Ravelry and all that sort of thing. So next item, I might as well carry on with the theme, and it's something for his nibs over there. So pair of socks. This wouldn't be a podcast without socks. It's my to-go thing though, isn't it? Because it's like if you want something small and carry about. So I think I've thrown the label away actually. These are in Drops Fable. I can't remember the colourway number, but I really love how these have turned out. And they're twins, apart from that little bit on the toes. Just got a little bit more green on that one. But apart from that, they are twins. And he's got Mahusi feet. He's a size 11 UK. So yeah, they feel like forever. It's like doing one of his, I would normally do a pair of mine sort of thing. But yeah, he's really pleased with it. I did notice, I think it was on a Facebook group, people saying about how expensive stock blockers are. Now, if you go on eBay, okay, these are, I think they're £1.99 each. So £4, 4 UK pounds for a pair of stock blockers. They are like plywood, you know, they're not as rigid and as fancy as the most, you know, more expensive blockers you can get. But for somebody starting out, you know, they're really good. I mean, they've not warped or anything, so, you know, just a tip. So that's that. And yeah, another pair of socks for me. Have you seen the difference in this shoe size? Look at that. Look at that. So yeah. So these are, again, these are just vanillas. These are done on some yarn. Lovely Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn gifted me. It's sheep on Mars, and it's 75% merino, 25%, I think it's nylon, one of those things anyway. Yeah, and so these are actually my first merino socks, and oh my god, I'll tell you, when I was knitting with it, it's just so nice, absolutely so nice and so soft, and I can't wait to wear them. And you have to excuse my nails, the varnish is all flaky. That's because I meant to have done them yesterday and I was called into work, so it didn't happen. And I thought if I do them now, I won't get this podcast out on time. So yeah, I really really like that. And I've still got, because she gifted me a total of 300 grams, so I've just got just over 200 grams left of this. So yes, I'm really looking forward to working out what else I can use it for, because I really, yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So there's that. Like I said, it's not a lot done really for, what, 6 weeks, I suppose? Yeah. And I still haven't put that cardigan together because I just haven't had time, but I'm going to try and get it done before I podcast next. So the other thing I've started making, and I'm not in a rush for this is whenever, so if it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years, I don't care. It's just when I feel like it. So I've been making willow squares. So this, they might get a bit blown out because it's, I don't know, can't really tell if the colours are picking up very well on that. So they're all different colours. So yeah, it's blowing out, isn't it? I think I'm going to have to, yeah, they're blowing out. Oh, that's a bit better. I'm going right up, so you've got that orange, the yellow. I just have to wait till it focuses in. Pink, orange, green. So I'll probably end up having to put a photo up of that. Yeah, so it's Willow Squares, and the yarn I'm using is called King Cole Melody, and this is in, again, it's blowing out because it's such a light colour. Basically, there's like oranges, yellows, pinks, greens, but it's twisted with white. It's just 100% acrylic. Yeah, it's not really going to show up at all, is it? You kind of get the gist there, I think, just about. So yeah, so my idea is, if I've got a spare 5 minutes or something, well, say 5 minutes, probably takes about half an hour more to make one. Yeah, if I just feel like making them. So because I was going to make, what was it? Can't remember. I think I was going to make a virus blanket out of it, and then I thought, sort of alternate it with white, and I think I just thought in the end I didn't think it would work out very well. I don't know why. So then I thought the willow squares, and what I like about this yarn is, you know, each square is coming out very very different. So I should probably use white to put them together and border it with. So, but that's a long way in the future, isn't it? I'll just have some tea. Sorry about this, guys. Oh. Right, so I have got 3 new projects started. One is a pair of socks. Yeah, 3 pairs of socks. 3 new projects on the go. I've got one existing project that's quickly becoming a UFO, but I'm gonna persevere with it. But I'm trying to work out what I want to do in the future. So I've got some ideas. Yeah, so first one then. So I did buy some new project bags. This is by the Tudor Rose Craft Studio. It's really really nice. I got this on Etsy, so it's got the little pocket there and a pocket there, drawstring with the extra handle there, and obviously you've got that handle, and it also came with like a DPN holder and like a little notion. Oh look, threads of yarn on there. Little notions bag, so I was very, very happy with that. So yeah, lovely. Oh, and it's all lined nice. It's got like, I don't know if that's picking up or blowing out. Polka dot lining. Yeah, and it's also got another little doobry in there. Doobry. D-ring. Right, so cake out. I have started, so it's all curly whirly, a Boxy by Locatelli. So this is by no means a quick knit because it's 4-ply. So yeah, border really does curl up. But I've seen on a lot of podcasts it does the ribbon does curl up. But I'm hoping blocking will sort that out. I'm not sure, about 7-8 inches there, I think. It's on, I've got it on a 80 centimetre circular, so, and I am actually using Drops Fable, and I have to say it's knitting up really, really nicely. I think I've got the ball band in here somewhere. The colourway is 340. So yeah, so the only thing I've noticed I've had to do is I've had to put like a tiny metal, I don't know, so you can see that. I can't even see it. I don't know if you lot can see it. A metal bowl thing. Not, well, you know what I mean. One of them. Because I found like if I use my bigger ones, it was leaving a bit of a gappy, not so much a ladder, but it was a bit gappy. So I've gone on to one of those. But like I said, I can't really show you properly because it's rolling out. So probably when it gets longer, it will. So I know this seems daft, but I'm trying to use up 50 grams a week. So it's roughly 7 grams a day. So it get done quicker than what I'd like. But I mean, 7 grams doesn't sound a lot, but when you're knitting with 4-ply, you'd be surprised. That is quite a lot. So, but yeah, I'm really, really pleased with that. I've not started it for that long, so I'm quite pleased with the way it's going, and I really do like the way the yarn's pulling. But again, this is blowing out a bit, isn't it? It's because it's so dark out there, and but actually, I mean, you know, this is an incentive. You think because this is like bluey, greeny sea colours, so you know, it's an incentive to get you to join my Mal, whatever. So yeah, so that's that. Just shove it in there. And in my other new bag, I really, really like this one. It's by Amelia X Joy. Again, she's on Etsy. This was so really cheap. I think it's under £10, and it was free postage. This one's got little foxes, because I love wildlife. Little foxes all over it, so I was immediately drawn to that. And like the other bags, it's so well made, and it's got one of the little spring jobs, you know, you push in to thing it out, and it has a pocket inside. I don't know if you guys can see, little pocket in there. So excuse me, tea. So do have some socks, but it's not vanilla. Right, I'll read out the colourway first before I hold it out, seeing it was there, so I don't forget. Again, it's Drops Fable, colour 904. Reason I've got this is when I first started sock knitting, they had a sale on Wool Warehouse a couple of years ago. I think they do it once or twice a year. And I basically bought 2 of nearly every colour, so that's why I'm still wending my way through it. So I am doing the Hermione Everyday Socks, and I haven't written down who they're by, but I'm sure most of you are familiar with the pattern because it seems to be, you know, very, very popular, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry. So if you just put Hermione's Everyday Socks, they'll come up. So I'm really, really pleased. It's all it is a 4 pattern row repeat. So yeah, I don't know if it's going to show up there, so you sort of get the gist of the pattern there. It's really, really easy. The only thing you've got obviously have to remember is when you're when you've turned your heel and you're going into the gusset, is to make sure you count your rows as you go across the top of the foot, because obviously once you've got past the heel turn and everything, you're only going to be doing the pattern across the top of the foot. So you just got to remember as you're going around to make sure you keep yourself in pattern. But I mean, that's just general with any sock pattern, isn't it? So yeah, that's another thing I'd like to do this year, is diversify a bit more. Because I have knitted a few pattern socks in the past, but I want to do more this year, and not just vanilla socks. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I really like this because it's like a sand colour, sort of whitey colour, purples, light blue. I really like the way they're coming out. I just love it. Do any of you get them? I'm always, can you see that? It's like a little fluff round ball thing. I always get it on wool, and then when it gets too big, when it won't slide down, I have to snip it off. But yeah, so also it's need to change that stitch marker, don't I? Because it's like a little reindeer thing. And my sock. I always have the sock one as my lead one when I'm doing that area. So I always know the sock one's the first one. So yeah, very pleased with that. Actually, I like these bags so much. She sent me a 10% off for another bag, so I ordered one last night in bed when I was knitting. Yeah, I knit socks in bed. Like I was actually up knitting till 3 o'clock this morning, watching NCIS on Prime, and I thought, oh yeah, I could do with another bag. So I've ordered the medium one, so I'll show you that on the next podcast when it comes. So there's that. Let's leave that there. Right, so the other sort of stash acquisition is this lot. It is the Woodland pack from Attic 24. I ordered this and then she came out with a dahlia pattern, but hey ho, I haven't done half the other ones, so slow on catching up. So I'm not going to read it all out because this will make the podcast really, really long if I do that. So originally I was going to do it in her, I think it's a ripple. Yeah, the ripple. But I actually found it quite tedious. Not that I'm in a rush to do it, but when I like to have something I can do that I don't have to think about, and I can just go while I'm listening to an audio book or watching something or other, even podcasts or whatever. So yeah, so I've given up on that. I mean, I do like the way it looks, but it was too much concentration. And I get a lot of concentration by doing my knitting stuff. So for this, I wanted something really quick. So last year I did, try and make sure I get this the right way round. I think that's the right way round. Yeah, that's the right way. So I did the sweet pea blanket from Attic 24 for my mother-in-law last year. And I did like the way it looked, and it worked up so fast that I thought, right, I'm going to do my Woodland in that. And I really, really like the way it's looking. And I do love autumn colours. The only thing is, because obviously if you look at the size of the rows, if I can try and compare it out a bit. So obviously on the sweet pea blanket, as you can see, the 2 rows are obviously a lot bigger than that one, because on the first row on this one it is UK trebles or American DCs, and then it's the second row is double crochet, American term single crochet on the second row. So obviously doing 2 rows of UK trebles here is going to come up bigger than that. So I don't think I'm going to get all the colour rows into the whole blanket, because obviously it's going to be, it'll be enormous. It'll end up, you know, like 8-9 feet, I think, if I did that. Yeah, well, probably more 7 to 8. I don't know. So my thing is, any colours I don't use can go round on the borders when it's done. So yeah, and it's, this is all out of Starcross Special DK. Yeah, so I'm pleased with that. Like I said, I'm in no hurry for either that or that, so they get done when and if I feel like it. Because the only reason I had to really hum away on that, the sweet pea blanket from my mother-in-law last year, is because she kept saying, I want it, I want it, I want it. So so that's what I did. So I think that is everything, apart from the only thing, oh, this is a long ongoing project. I think it's a Muscadine shawl. I think this is Muscadine. So as you can see, it is humongous. So this is knitted. I am knitting this with Drops alpaca on that one. And then the really colourful is Starcraft Head Over Heels in Sugarloaf. I've had a glitch. I have had a glitch. So the idea is you knit a certain length, and it's all garter stitch. Obviously you've got a little bit of fancy bits on the edges with your decreasing and increasing. So the basics of it is you started off in one colour, and then you alternated with the second colour. So you had 2 rows of your first, 2 rows of your second, then you come out to that, and then your second colour you then carry on, and that's where it's supposed to end. But I hit a snag. I thought I had enough yarn of the Sugarloaf. Turns out I didn't. And do you think I can find it anywhere? No. On Starcraft actual website, it doesn't say that it is discontinued, but no one seems to be selling it. And the head over heels they do have is not this colour, and they seem to only have 1 or 2. So I don't know if it's a production issue, or maybe they are not doing it. I don't know. So I've had to go back to the alternating, but you know, I don't know. I think it'd be fine. But like I said, it's all things up there. It is mahoosive, absolutely mahoosive. I don't think I can give you justice to just how big this is. So I think sort of from the last time I podcasted it, or showed it on because it's there. So I mean, done a little bit, haven't I? So yeah. Obviously I've got a few ends hanging there that I need to do. I normally do them as I go. Most of them I have, but haven't there. Well, the last little bit. So that, I think that's another one that it will get done. I might just put the odd row on it here and there, but it will get done eventually. I think we all have projects sometimes like that, don't we? We all start off with the best of intentions to carry on till it's done, and then either life gets in the way or we get a bit fed up. But it gets done eventually. So I think that's everything. Should be. So long we nearly an hour, 45 minutes or something. Yes, so yeah, please join in. I would love to see everything that you make. It would be just amazing to me. And again, thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. I can't say how much I appreciate it. I am on Ravelry and I am on Instagram, so I'll put the links again. Well, the old man will put the links in the box below. So like I said, I think that is everything. I'm looking around, can't see anything that I should have shown and haven't, but I have. So yeah, I'm rambling again, aren't I? So I hope you all had a lovely Christmas or holidays, however you choose to celebrate, and I wish you all the most prosperous and happy new year, and may life treat you well. So until next time, bye bye for now.